What's going on, everybody? What we're going to be doing today is taking a tour over the city of Virginia Beach, which is my town. I'm going to give you just a small tour along with some facts about the city. We're just going to take a short flight, take a look at a couple things. Hopefully all of it will show up so I can kind of show you, and we'll fly over where I live. I'm not going to show you exactly where I live, but we'll fly over the general area where I live and everything. But to start out, we're flying in a nice VL3. This is a really freaking nice plane. So let's get scoot up here so we can read our instrumentation. We are going to be flying VFR today, but just to start, so where we're flying over currently is Oceana Naval Air Station. That's where we're launching out of. Basically, this is the master jet base for the entire East Coast. So if shit goes down on the East Coast or pretty much anywhere, these are the guys that are going to be responding. Normally, this little field here that you can see, my frame rate's dropping. You can see a little bit of traffic on there, but normally this field is full of jets. They're just like freaking everywhere. So it's actually kind of cool. It is very, very loud in this city because of the fact that we have so many jets that fly out of Oceana. They have different flight patterns. They take different directions each day, so you never know what you're going to get depending on the day and depending on whatever they're practicing. But basically what we're doing is we're flying out currently towards Chesapeake in the Great Bridge area. We're going to circle back around, and I'm just kind of using the map here, my VFR map, to kind of keep an eye on where exactly we are. So I actually work right over in this area, where we're going to be flying over here. This area that's coming up here is going to be called Green Run. It's basically a very big residential area. As you can see, there's just houses and houses and houses. There's tons and tons and tons of houses. Green Run is a very big residential area. It's broken up by a lot of different subdivisions and everything like that. But there's also a lot of businesses and everything out here, which is, I believe this is the road I work on right here, which is Holland Road. Let me see here. Yep, this is the intersection of Lynnhaven Parkway and Holland Road. You can see there's a Harbor Freight right there. That is Holland Elementary School. So we're just going to take Holland Road and fly. My work is actually approximately just about, I would say my work is right about here. Right there. That's where I work. And then, so I'm going to take you guys out to Town Center, which is the actual, I guess, quote-unquote downtown of Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach itself is actually absolutely massive. It's the largest city in Virginia, and in terms of population and land mass. But the thing is that it's all, as you can see kind of here, it's all pretty much just a suburban area. Our downtown area is not very big. It's called Town Center. And the buildings that you see, those are pretty much all that we have in terms of skyscrapers. They're not even really skyscrapers. They're very, very small. They just look like it because nothing else is in the horizon. But yeah, this is Town Center that we're approaching. We're going to be crossing the interstate. This is I-264 that we're crossing right now. That's the primary interstate in Virginia Beach that we're flying over. And then this is going to be the town center Independence area. So there is still a lot of residential stuff, but this is a very big business area. A lot of upscale restaurants and things are in this area. It's just it's a pretty cool place to hang out. It's a little pricey. We're coming down Independence Boulevard right now, and we're going to be flying out now. We're going to go ahead and fly out towards an area called Chesapeake Beach. So while we're flying out there, you can see the beach that we're going to be flying out towards. You can just see it already. It's just dead ahead for us. That's Chesapeake Beach. But basically, I just wanted to give you guys a couple like quick facts and stuff about Virginia Beach and stuff. We're going to be going over and covering a boardwalk that I'm going to show you guys. The boardwalk was actually built in 1888, so it's been around for like 120 years or so. Actually more than that, but right, yeah, something like that. But basically, yeah, we have a boardwalk. It's absolutely massive. We have like a ton of festivals every year. You might have heard of one festival called Something in the Water Festival that it takes place right off the boardwalk on the beach. It's put on by Pharrell Williams, the rapper, who is a native of Virginia Beach. We also have Missy Elliott, who lives nearby, but she hangs out in Virginia Beach. We have a lot of celebrities. Ryan Zimmerman for the Washington Nationals. He's there. Let me take a look real quick. A lot of rappers are from here. Funny enough, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, was raised in Virginia Beach. But yeah, we have a lot of baseball players and a lot of rappers that are connected with Pharrell and everything. They're from here. Percy Harvin is from here as well. Probably as far as like the biggest person in the news that's from here is Gabby Douglas, who won all those gold medals in the Olympics. She's a native of Virginia Beach. So what you can see dead ahead, actually, real quick, this is the Chesapeake Beach area, and what you're seeing directly in front of you is the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. So it's actually a bridge and a tunnel that crosses the entire Chesapeake Bay and takes you into Maryland. My wife is originally from Maryland, so we've actually taken this. It's a beautiful, beautiful drive. It's about 20 miles or so of nothing but bridge and tunnel. I used to fish off there, but they closed the pier that you used to be able to fish off of. But this is the Chesapeake Beach area. It's pretty cool. If you can see here, there's some windmills that are right in front of us. This is one of my favorite places to hang out. This is actually the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, where the windmills are directly in front of us. The Chesapeake Bay Foundation has a really, really nice little setup there, and you can go out there and take pictures of birds and all kinds of stuff. That they're in the Lynnhaven River, which is that body of water directly in front of you by the windmills. It's a really good place for oysters. They do oyster beds. We're going across the bridge here. Now this is just taking us back into just another part of Shore Drive, which is the road that we're driving on. This is a big, well, not really a big tourist area, but this is a tourism area. There are hotels here, there are like rentals and stuff, but there's also like a lot of timeshares and condos. So you do see a lot of permanent people that live here, but there is a lot of access to the beach. And one cool thing to know about Virginia Beach is that we have the largest stretch of beaches in the United States, which spans about 35 miles, because we have Sandbridge Beach, we have Chesapeake Beach, and then we also have Virginia Beach. So that's a cool thing to know about it. Probably the biggest thing, and just to go back to what I was talking about before, is that we have military bases. We have the NAS Oceana, which is what we flew out of, which is the master jet base. But we also have technically 3 other bases. let's see, what is it? We have the Dam Neck base. We have whoa, wait, actually we have Fort Story, which is what we're about to fly over right now. My bad. I'll take you guys to the lighthouses, which are my favorite thing. We have the Cape Henry lighthouses. There's 2 of them. But Fort Story is a military base that we're flying over right now. That's for the U.S. Army. We're primarily Navy in this area, but Fort Story is an Army base. And the lighthouses, we'll try to get low here. Hopefully I don't crash. We'll try to get low here and I'll show you. There's Cape Henry Lighthouse. There's 2 of them. There's Old Cape Henry and New Cape Henry. Old Cape Henry was built, I believe, in 1792. New Cape Henry, 100% sure, was built in 1888. They are really cool lighthouses. I have climbed Old Cape Henry. They're right here in front of us. I've climbed Old Cape Henry, but you cannot climb New Cape Henry. But these are the 2 lighthouses here that we have here in Virginia Beach. They're pretty cool. So that's there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the ocean front now. So a lot of this is actually, just real quick, I just wanted to tell you, this is actually a state park. It's called First Landing State Park. And it's where the first landing took place in Virginia. I can't remember the year that it occurred, but this whole area is a state park. It's massive and just absolutely beautiful. We're coming up on the 80th Streets. This is some of my favorite personal secret spots to hang out on the beach because these areas of the beach are not very populated. Whereas the further down you go and get into Atlantic Avenue, right now we're on Pacific Avenue, but once you get on Atlantic Avenue, there's just a lot more crowds there. So if you're touring, I advise going up to the higher streets, anything above 40th Street, and start looking for parking. Get off the boardwalk, and you'll have a lot less crowding. But you know, 80th to 84th, that's like my kind of jam. But this is the ocean front here. There's a lot of hustle and bustle that goes on here. Think of places like Ocean City, Maryland, Atlantic City, all that kind of jazz. I liken this a lot to Ocean City, Maryland, in terms of how it's set up and what's available, the boardwalk, the main street, all that jazz, which we're coming right into it. Just a couple more facts about Virginia. I don't think I talked about our population. We actually have almost 500,000 people in our city. So we're actually pretty much right on par with Washington, D.C. So this is where just to point out real quick, this is where the quote-unquote oceanfront truly starts. In all the tourism area. As you can see, there's nothing but hotels in this area. There's Princess Anne Country Club to the right, which is for all the rich people and all that jazz. But it's a cool place. My grandma actually lives near the country club, so I go down there pretty often. Not as much during COVID, but before COVID, yeah, we've got a fishing pier here. You can see, and we're flying. I believe we're approximately in the. I'd say we're in the 20th Streets right now, flying around. So you can see that as we fly over top, you can see there's a lot of stuff. All of this is just shops. It's just, we have, right there you can see the little carnival that we have. That's permanent, it's full time. But that's the main part of Virginia Beach. If you look over here where it starts to cut off and you have that body of water there, that's the First Street Jetty. And that's actually a really popular spot. That's where the East Coast Surfing Championships take place, ECSC. We actually just had it happen, but it's a cool little surfing spot. We're flying over Croatan now, which is a rich area over to the left. We're going to go ahead and get back on the road here. So the Virginia Beach Aquarium is actually just right here, directly in front of us, right below us. As you can see, that set of buildings right there is the Virginia Beach Aquarium. There's so much that you have here in the city. I could fly all day long and show you, everything that's in the city and everything. But Really, that's a good portion of it. We're going to go up here and we're going to fly up to General Booth Boulevard, which is another hustle and bustling type of area. It's more so for residents, not really much of a tourist area, but it is very busy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the General Booth Boulevard area. But yeah, so I mean, outside of facts, the only other real facts I have that I can throw to you right now is Virginia Beach is home to the ARE Club, which, if you're familiar with Edgar Cayce, who was considered one of the most famous psychics in history, the headquarters for ARE is based here in Virginia Beach. It's positioned actually near the ocean front. There was something about Edgar Cayce believed that when the continents collapse. Speaking of which, real quick, this is the General Booth Boulevard area that we're flying on right now. But Edgar Cayce believed that when the continents collapse, that Virginia Beach will be the safest city. Which, speaking of which, Virginia Beach is one of the safest cities in America, of a population of around 500,000 or so. We rank at about half of what the national average is for murder rates and violent crime. It's an insanely safe city. The worst things that you have here, you have break-ins and break-ins to your car and vandalism, stuff like that. But we're flying. Let's see. We're flying out to Red Mill now, which this is going to take us out to what you can see dead ahead. All of that industrial area land is Pungo, which is basically just our backwoods area. The no cell service type of stuff. Marshy, floods a lot. Virginia Beach does have a lot of flooding. That is one shitty thing about the city, is we have flooding all over the place. As you can see, there's just tons of bodies of water, so even little tiny crevices of water that we have, when it rains, it gets kind of bad. But I need to figure out my pattern entry so we can go ahead and land, because we've pretty much toured most of Virginia Beach. We didn't go out to Sandbridge Beach, which is another beach that's out that's available. I didn't show you guys. Well, we flew over it, but I didn't point it out. Mount Trashmore, which is a landfill that they turned into a park, and it's just a massive, massive mountain. Let's go ahead and drop the engine speed a little bit, because we're coming in a little too hot. And I'm going to drop altitude. We'll put the flaps down maybe. It's probably going to, no, but it's going to take too much off. But yeah, basically, Virginia Beach overall is a really cool city. It's definitely worth visiting if you've never visited before. It's a good vacation spot, especially outside of the summer. The weather is typically pretty temperate until you get to about November or so. But the prices on rentals and stuff drop after September. After Labor Day, you're just, we got to put the flaps down a little bit. We're going a little too fast here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, outside of Labor Day, you can get some cheap stuff. Now the only thing is that outside of this year, with all the things going on, we did have the Neptune Festival, which is a big, huge festival on the boardwalk. It takes the entire boardwalk. I might have mentioned it earlier in the video, but it takes the entire boardwalk, and basically it's just vendors, it's food, it's just everything. It's one of the coolest festivals that you could ever go to, in my opinion, because there's just so much there. It's family friendly. There's just a lot. We do typically, in a normal year, have a lot of really, really awesome festivals. So even though it is expensive to stay during the summer, some of the festivals are worth it, because we get big bands that come down here and play shows for free on the beach. Especially if you like country music. There's a lot of... I'm still going too fast. I need to... Let's put the flaps down a little bit more until it gives me my okay. But yeah, it's a good city. You know, I have my complaints politically about the things that go on, and as you guys may have known, we did experience a really, really bad tragedy last year, where we had a mass shooter that came through one of our government offices. That was a massive, massive tragedy, and there have been some problems with that, with the investigation behind it. So a lot of people are kind of upset about the investigation and the politics behind it, and it's, you know, we don't have our faults in this city, but overall I will say that this is a very safe city. It's a very open-minded city. It's a city for both people of all walks of life. We do have a lot of people who are you know, transplants. That, you know, there are a lot of natives, but because of the military, we have a ton of transplants that come down here, and they just kind of stay once they finish their tenure with the military. So let's try to drop the speed some more, because I'm going in way too freaking fast, and I'm going to make a hard bank. We're going to do the rudder at the last second to try to bank this to make it smooth. Let's go ahead and kill the engine down a little bit. Says I'm still going too fast. We're just not going to hit the runway perfectly, but it's fine. Hit that rudder at the last second. Try to straighten it up. Yeah, there we go. Oh. I'm going to raise the flaps just a little bit so we don't lose our elevation. We're just barely hovering at 100 feet. Alright, here we go. Not a lot of ground roll.
JLB Aviation X-Ray Golf, Sierra exit runway when able.
Yeah. This sumbitch would slow down a little bit here. There we go. Well, I didn't kill the engine. That was part of the problem. But, yeah, so that was the flight around Virginia Beach. That was a tour. Hopefully it was a little informational for you. If you've never been to Virginia Beach or you don't know much about Virginia Beach, this is just a little bit about the you know, about the city, and just a tour, a flyover of it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and give that like there. Be sure to comment and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I do flight simulator videos. I play Magic the Gathering. I play a ton of different games. So I definitely have a game that you would like that I play at some point or another and I upload. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.